This is Personal SEO Teaches, a way to speed up a page speed score in SEO, not SEMrush, but in Sierra Interactive's website. So with websites like Sierra Interactive or Real Geeks or any other site where you don't own the entire solution, like you're pretty much just renting your website from the company, and these solutions aren't bad, it's just you have a little less control. If you run them through GT metrics, there are going to be some things that you cannot control. Like you cannot do leverage browsing caching because it's really up to them. Defer parsing JavaScript. You can't mostly fix any of these errors below the image stuff because it is on their server and they control all of it. So I'm happy they minify JavaScript, and they do a lot here. The only thing that's dragging the site down is served scale images and optimizing images. So I just went to GT metrics and loaded in the domain and then went from that point. So it's fairly easy to kind of move forward and fix this. So in the back end of Sierra, you're going to go to where you upload images, and you're just going to replace images in here. So it should be just fairly easy to do. Okay, since Sierra Interactive is kind of weird, and again, sites like this are, so there's going to be a couple of items that you're going to have to change in both places. They don't have, for example, a way to get to the media section of the images. You just can't surf like you can on your computer and find the files and go from that point. So you have to go to content, then the content pages, then click edit on kind of anything. I hate the way that this works, but this is the way it works. Okay, and then scroll down and then click image and then click on this, browse, and then here are all the images in the site. And so what you're going to find, however, is that even if you click on File Manager and Images and Ion Calgary, none of the image that is right here isn't the image, isn't anywhere inside of Sierra. So how do you fix this problem? If you look at the GT metrics report, and again, just go to gtmetrics.com, type in your URL, and then you'll automatically get this report. The F score is based on optimizing images and served image scale. So if you click on the optimize image button, this drop down will appear. Then you could see where the image is being delivered from. And so a lot of the images, unfortunately, a lot of the images are, most of them are kind of pretty good. Like if you're looking at the reduction size at 2%, 1%, 17%, so the ones I would go after would be obviously the top one, where it is in a 90, almost 89% optimization fee, reduction, I said fee. So a cheaty way to do this would be just to click on optimize version. So here is the same exact version, but then you don't have the opportunity anywhere to put it on the website, and that has to do with the logo up here. This is, I think that's the same image they're using. We can go up here and check. Lease if real estate, nope. So I technically don't know where it's even pulling this image from. Go back to the home page. I'm just trying to find it real quick. You don't have to find it since you can't change it. So since, there it is right here. So the issue with this is that it's a 2800 by 50 image that you have. However, the image size is way more than that, and that's why there's an 80% reduction. So the optimized image right here, what I would do is I would click up here, just right click here and hit save image as, and then contact Sierra support to go, can you replace this image with this image? But before you do that, what I would do is I would click here and I would save the image as a copy, or save image as, and then save it to your downloads, and then go to pixlr.com, and then just the playful, you're not doing anything really advanced, And then you're going to hit create new. And before you type anything in or select anything, you're going to go back to the website, and in Chrome or Firefox, you'll have more tools, and then you'll have developer tools. So you click there, and then what I'm doing is I'm clicking on this icon right here, and then this is the selector, so you can actually see all of the code that goes behind what makes what. So I'm just going to hover over the image and select it. What I'm really after are those numbers that I just said. So 280 by 50.06. So in pixeler, I'm going to go 280 is the width, and then 50.06, right? And I'm just going to confirm. Okay, so that is the height and the width, and I'm going to hit create. So that's the actual image size that they're serving. So then now I'm going to click on the plus sign, and then go to image, go to my downloads folders where I downloaded it, and then take this image and pop it in here. So if you grab the corners, and I tend to hold shift at the same time when I grab a corner, I'm going to shrink the image so it fits in that box. I'm going to do the best that I can, and it should technically fit since it was fitting before. And I tend to like to have just a little bit of black around it, and yeah, just kind of keep playing with it till you get it to where you like it. Okay, so now we have shrunken the image to the exact size that it's serving, and then you can go back and forth to the site and see, okay, it's sitting on the white, so that's why it's the way that it is. But perfect. Okay, so that's the image size, and it's the actual size that Sierra is going to use in that one section. So we just hit save, and then name it whatever you want. You can name it 1818 footer logo new. And then you can leave it as a JPEG since you're not using any transparency. It is actually showing the white. So just leave it as a JPEG. And then again, you could decrease it down to 70. Yeah, I would go 80 just because it is a logo. 80. So then now the image size is 4.1 kilobytes when the image size before was 557 kilobytes. So it's a drastic reduce. It's a huge reduction. Then we're just going to hit download, and then here is the new image. Really small, just about the same exact size that it should be on the website. So then what you do is you take this image and then you email support at Sierra, and then you tell them, hey, on the home page, can you replace this image with the one that you have? This will fix the first item in this list. So then the next item that I would do is I would do this 17% reduction. Again, I would click on that, and it's just this, and it is a ping. So again, you could scroll down and figure out where this is at on the website. I don't even know where it's at, honestly. But you can just reduce the size, or if you don't want to reduce the size, because again, we don't know where this is technically at, it's not up here. So the other thing that you could do is you could just copy this and save it. Oh, it's the favicon icon. Wow, it's really big for a favicon. Okay, so you just right click, hit save as, and then they're saving it. You save it as a ping. At this moment, I would go to, instead of using the photo editor, you're not really changing the size too much. You would just Google favicon generator, our PNG to favicon ICO. Okay, and then you would just find one. It's pretty simple. What they're going to do is they're going to ask you to choose a file. So just hit choose file, upload your favicon, and then hit create favicon. Then just download the generated favicon, and then again you attach it to the email, and then you email that to support. So it's that whole thing is done. So just kind of fairly simple. These are the things that you can do to speed up the website. The same thing with served scale images. So these two images are fairly large, so like this image would already be fixed. That's what we fixed when we did the resizing and creating it the exact size, is that we're going to serve a scaled image. So this one is already taken care of. The next one would be this icon, which is his logo. So again, we would go to the website, click on the three dots, go to more tools, go to developer tools. I can't talk. And then click on this gear. It's under elements, so sometimes it may pop open over here. Just go to elements and then click on this, and then go to leaves, and then you see the size exactly, what it's supposed to be. So it's supposed to be 265 by 7735. So you do the same item. So you would click on the image, let the image show up, right click on it, save image as, save it to your downloads folder, go to Pixlr, and then you would close this and then create new, and then you would get the same image size by clicking on this box, going up there, 265 by 773.4, and then so 265 by 77.34, hit create, and then you would click here to add the image, then the logo, which would be the first thing that you downloaded, and then again you would shrink it to fit size. And always grab the corners, and then once it fits the size, you save it. This one you would save as a ping, because if you save it as a JPEG, it'll automatically put a white background in, and then you can see the words. So you would hit save, then hit ping, then hit download. And so this format size would drop down to 12 kilobytes. If we look at GT metrics, that would be a huge reduction in size. So, and you're just making it the exact same size that it should be. Again, you would take these two images and email support to say, this is the image that you're using, please use this image, and these two would automatically go away, raising your score probably up to a D. Once you go through all of these images, and yes, I would start with the 14, I would start with the larger ones and then work your way down, or just work your way down the list. It's really not that big of a deal. All of these you're going to have to email support to replace the images on, because they're all part of the home page. And then that's that. So again, pixlr.com to match the image size and save them to email support. The other way to do it you can try is to just click on the optimized version, right click and save it, and then send them the optimized version and say, can you replace this with that? And then they'll do that, and this is already optimized, so it should be fine. So that's a nice cheaty way to do it, just grabbing all of the optimized versions and emailing support to replace the images. The serve scale images, you have to fix the scaling, because a lot of the times it's double or triple of what it needs to be. Once all of that's done, you should get a C or a D, and that is about the limit that you can do based on the fact that you can't fix these issues. You might even go as high as a B, but you can't fix these issues unless you have a CDN, and talking to Sierra support, they already have a CDN. So these two issues are the ones that you can't fix. The image issues you can. All right, thanks for watching. This is Personal SEO Teaches how to fix image sizes and page score on a Sierra interactive site.